Hello, welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to.
So we don't have to?
Episode 491. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new. Sorry, gang.
Sorry we didn't get one Friday.
Yep. We got yelled at.
Yeah, ran into a friend, Joe. He's like, been listening to the pod. I was like, thank you. He's like, you didn't have one Friday. I was like, I know. But lately it's been we've been busy.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
We could record one on our couch at 9 p.m. But
We should. Well, what we need to do is, because some weeks we can do it during the week.
Yeah.
But like the last couple weeks have been so busy during the week. Mm-hmm. We don't have the time when we have sitters. And so we might just move the setup down to the basement.
Yeah.
So it's not next to Lily's room. So then on weekends, if she's napping or whatever, we can, or after she goes to bed, we can still podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's just, especially this past week, we've been, still training our VA. She's been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And we cleaned out a house. So we both weren't in the office Wednesday and Thursday. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the Twin Cities Parade of Homes on Friday.
Yeah, we just weren't in office 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Which was tough.
And after cleaning out a house all day, then we just kind of wanted to go to bed at night. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude. Also, like my list I had.
Yeah.
The level of behind you get with 3 days out of office. Mm-hmm. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
I know I'm pretty far behind on my transactions, but this week my plan is to clean up a lot of property management stuff so we can pass more of that off. And then when I have time, so AKA probably when Lily's asleep, I'll just try and pluck away at those little by little. It's nice because now at least one of the things I taught Jolene was to put like the Menards receipts into our spreadsheets and to enter in hours. Mm-hmm. So at least those are always getting updated in the spreadsheets. She updates them daily, actually, which is pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So then I just have to make sure that some of our other subcontractors are getting in there. And, yeah. It just makes it a lot easier now that I don't have to categorize them on QuickBooks and put them into the spreadsheets. Mm-hmm. I know they're already in the spreadsheets.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll say, one of my bigger time commitments has been dealing with the motel build.
Yeah.
Commercial stuff, I don't believe it's where we want to be.
Yeah.
I think we'll just leave the commercial stuff to people that charge an egregious amount of money, and we will stick to not commercial.
And now you understand why commercial is so much more expensive to build.
I do.
Dude, this is what I just don't get it in general. Why anything for business is more expensive. What's the difference between business internet and residential internet?
The name.
It's so dumb. And even...
We use less internet at the office. We have 3 computers. Mm-hmm. And we don't stream movies. We're not doing stuff like that.
We're not downloading a whole bunch of stuff.
No. And the normal person at their house has more going on with their TV running all the time and shit than we do, like, with 3 computers. And they're like, you got to have business. And we're like, I don't think so.
Yeah. So, and because our address is a commercial address, they won't even let us get residential.
Right.
But even one of our Airbnbs, because we were paying with a business account, they said it had to be a business. Yep. And we're like, but it's a residential house. And they're like, then you can't pay with the business account. Dumb.
So dumb. So dumb.
So anyways.
Yeah, you could always set it up with PayPal. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking we'll see how the rest of the project goes. But the more we do things like this, the more we just exist. The more I realize the less stuff you do, the better and more efficient you can be at it. So if we got rid of like commercial as an offering completely, like we're just like, nope, we don't do any commercial period. Well, that's so much code and so much like shit we don't have to think about.
Right, yeah.
It automatically gets a lot easier.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking of leaning towards that. Just so it's like, nope, as we improve the community one house at a time. So we just do houses.
Yeah.
That's it. If it's over a 4 unit, we don't do it.
Yep.
And I think that will free up a ton of this BS. Because like the different like sprinkler code, fire alarm, or smoke alarm code, and
the draft
stopping, apparently this is the most recent thing. Our concrete guy had all of our stoops done, whatever, and he had fiberglass mesh rebar, and the inspector made him pull it all out and put regular rebar down because it's not structural. A simple Google search says, yes, it is structural and rated for structural. And the other thing, he's like, oh, I want this stoop moved 18 inches this way. And our concrete guy is like, no, because that will be in the middle of a doorway. You will have half of the doorway opening will be onto ground, and the other half will be concrete. He's like, I'm not doing that. The stupidest shit, and it's
you can see the doors are there.
It's correct. Well, and it's just so stupid because he even said like you got to have your certain rating for your concrete width and everything, and I'm just like, we are just following the plan, like the plans that you guys approved at the state. We're doing those. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. What those plans say, we are doing, and we keep getting fucked. And I'm like, how do we know what to do when we're doing what you told us we're supposed to do, and then you tell us it's wrong?
Right.
And that's why we're all just so upset at this project. Is like, I talked about this with the guys a bunch. Everything we've ran into, we've already addressed at the beginning of the project. Like, we had concerns. Everything that we're doing, everything that we're having to like go back and fix, all of those things were asked, addressed, and approved at the start of the project.
Yep.
Now we're having to change all of the things that we questioned to what we originally questioned them at. And all of us are like, why the fuck didn't you tell us this right away? Because then you would have saved us $30,000 and a whole lot of damn time and opportunity that now is getting pulled from other projects.
And like, also, why did you approve the plans if the plans weren't correct?
That's just, you can't ask that question.
Right. Because how are you supposed to just read the inspector's mind of what should be done?
You can't ask that question.
No. Does he even ever answer, like, when you call him with questions, does he ever answer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's plus.
Yeah. He won't give me straight answers.
Shut up.
Yeah, like I had an issue with draft stopping, and it says draft stopping needs to be between every 2 units. Okay, between every 2 units. So, okay, so between every 2 units means every other unit you need draft stopping in my brain.
Yeah.
I had already talked to the engineers, and they're like, yep, between every other unit you need it. Okay, perfect. So it'd be 6. We need 6 draft stops. Otherwise, the other way we'll need 11. So I call and I ask and I say, hey, this is the verbiage. Does that mean in between every 2 units? Or does that mean every 2 units you can have a draft stop? So I was like, does that mean 6 draft stops or does that mean 11 draft stops? And the guy's like, I will not give you a count. I said, okay, that's fine. Is it between every 2 units or is it every 2 units you need a draft stop? And he's like, every 2 units you need a draft stop. Okay, perfect. Does that mean in between or every other? And then he just said the same thing over again. Every 2 units needs a draft. I said, I get that. Does that mean in between every unit or not? And I was like, 6 or 12 or 6 or 11. And he's like, I cannot answer that. In between every 2 units. And I was like,
that doesn't answer my question.
And I was like, depending on the verbiage, depends if that means in between every 2 units, as in like in between every unit, or in between 2 unit or every in between whatever. I'm getting my words mixed up now.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, does that mean? Because I asked him, I was like, does that mean in between every unit or in between every other unit? And he would just repeat the code. And I was like, I understand that. Tell me what that means. And he wouldn't.
Shut up. So what did you end up doing?
Well, I just did them all.
Because you're just like, fuck this. I'm not coming back to do this.
Yeah, the guys are out there. They have them. I'm like, just do them all. And the sprinkler system guy's like, well, if you read the code, it reads like this. And we're like, we agree, but we cannot get an answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even care. We're just doing them all because we're not coming back.
Right, because then it's going to be even worse.
Way worse.
To try and do the other ones that you didn't do.
Yeah, because then we won't have like attic accesses framed up. And I was just like, no. Do them all. It sucks, but I'm done. I'm done with this fucking guy.
Right, but it's less sucky if you do it now versus later.
Exactly. Well, and that's the whole thing. Like, if this guy, and we've been in this, if all these things would have been answered properly ahead of time, and this guy would have came out when Ruffins, like every step of the way, had they not fucked us, this would be an easy project, and we'd stay in commercial. But because all this happened, I'm like, you know what? You can't trust anyone. And if you can't have trust, it's not worth doing.
Right, 100%.
Because the buffer we had a buffer. And the buffer's like halfway gone. Mm-hmm. And it's only going to keep being
worse.
eaten up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm. The architects, are they used to commercial or no?
They specialize in commercial.
Then why are they struggling so much with this?
I have no idea. They're so nice, but I have no idea.
Because this can't be the first time that they've run into all this stuff.
You wouldn't think so.
Weird.
So weird. So, anyways, it makes me want to bash my head in, but that is that. So, that's our commercial update, and we are still, I would say from the original, what we were told about the project till now, we are about 3 months behind schedule. Because we were originally supposed to start in September.
Yeah.
And so we're at least 3 months behind schedule.
Well, and that's the other shitty thing is like, you had to wait, 6 to 8 months for state approval?
No, we had to wait 6 weeks for state approval. Okay. The approval or the plans took 6 weeks longer than they were supposed to. And then our meetings with the county and township and everything was a 3-month process. So like we were right off the bat 4.5 months longer than than expected. And then since we started the project and these things and like whatever, we are now like another couple months back. Okay. We're still like our hit like our deadline we gave. We're still on track for that, but it's just like if we run into more hiccups is the issue.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying not to run into any more hiccups and get everything. Like I'm sending every question via email, just stupid stuff like.
And it's like, and if you weren't such a retard, I wouldn't have to do this. I wouldn't have to waste your time.
That's just it. So it's like, and I'm getting everything in writing. It's not worth it. I'm not, no more phone calls, just email everything. So anyways, that's the update on that. Commercial sucks a lot.
That was tutor number 1, right?
That was tutor number 1. The second thing, Sam has not experienced this yet. Distractions.
Yeah.
So it's you know what? Let's get to distraction second.
Okay, what's the other thing?
I've been reading the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Every day. And I am a quarter of the way through the Bible. And what I've learned thus far is this. And this will relate directly to your life and your business for pretty much anybody listening. You know what? No, it will. To everybody listening, this will relate. And that's why I'm bringing it up. What I've noticed is there's a pattern, it seems. A lot of people decide or either decide or are chosen to serve the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And they almost all of them start out very disciplined. They do their offerings. They serve the Lord. They do everything He asks. You know, they are full of discipline.
Yeah.
Like they are as disciplined as it comes to serve the Lord. If the Lord comes to them, they do it. They put full faith into the Lord and do what the Lord asks.
Mm-hmm.
They do not. They might sin, but they're like not crazy sins. It's if it's a sin, it's like through the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Almost all of them, if not all of them, as they gain power, fame, notoriety, they all start to sin. I shouldn't say, most of them start to sin. Most of them lose discipline. Most of them will do things out of enjoyment, out of gluttony or greed, out of emotion for themselves, not for the Lord. Mm-hmm. Okay? And why I bring this up and why I talk about this is this. When we are young, a lot of us who are driven, when we are young, we save the money. We don't spend foolishly. We're disciplined. We work long hours. We get shit done, right? You know, we grind, okay? But then as you start having some success, you start to do things for your own personal enjoyment or to live in the moment, to enjoy your life, feel good, whatever it is. We start to do things for pleasure. And those things can pull you off of your track. And some of those things can completely derail you. And so, you know, one of the examples in the Bible, it was with David. David served the Lord. He was one of his best warriors. As David conquered, he had multiple wives, but one day he was looking out his window and saw a woman bathing, and she was beautiful. So he sent his guards to go get her and bring her to his castle, where he proceeds to sleep with her. And sleep with her and get her pregnant. Well, that lady had a husband, and David wanted to cover this up. So her husband was a very good warrior and a part of David's army. So he sent him to the front lines to be killed. So then that way he could cover this up. He could marry that lady, and she can have his child. The Lord, of course, is very upset by this because David has everything, right? A wealthy man. He's got everything. And all this guy had, all this, that guy, he had his wife. And so David stole the only thing from this guy, his wife, and they had him killed. Well, the Lord then had his, new son killed right away. Got a disease and died. And then doomed David that in front of his eyes, he will lose all of his wives and all of his children will leave him.
Dang.
Because he fell into his own personal pleasures, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially, he was, he coveted that, thy neighbor's wife. Gluttony, greed,
Lust.
murder, lust, right? So what I'm getting at is in your own personal life, as you have some successes, you may think you're entitled to certain things. Be very careful. Those pleasures you're seeking are not something that can derail your whole progress. Because let's use the same exact example. You build a company, you have some good money, you've got a good family. You decide you want to go, covet another man's wife. And your wife finds out, she leaves you, the kids are like, F you, dad, takes the kids, takes half your shit. Now you also, between taking half your shit, now you got to do alimony and child support, so even more than half your shit's gone. Maybe the business gets split up, whatever, mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. All because you had some lust, some gluttony, Mm-hmm. So it's things like that to really think. But so the other part of that is, do you think that's where it started? Do you think that was his first sin?
No.
It probably has some ladder effect. So maybe he started not, let's put it in a perspective of today's realm, right? Maybe you quit working out as much or as hard. Maybe you start eating, some shit. Maybe you start spending some extra money for things that you don't need, right? Mm-hmm. Or your family doesn't need. And slowly, one thing by the other, these things compound, all of these pleasure habits. And you're like short-term dopamine hits, right? Mm-hmm. Short-term gratification, little by little, and all it's doing is degrading your discipline. And then you get to the point where you see the lady in the bathtub. And that is what takes down the whole, everything you've been working for, building for, saying is what your life's mission is, legacy, doing it for the family, providing, all that shit. All because you started with one little thing. You thought, you know what? I'll skip the gym today. I'll have that cinnamon roll. It ain't no big deal. I worked out hard, little by little, those things, if you don't pull them in check, if you don't get your discipline one by one, they compound into something that could destroy it all. Mm-hmm. So that was interesting. The Bible seems to be filled with a lot of good lessons like that if you pay attention. I will admit, some days it's hard to pay attention because it's not easy to read, and some days I'm not in it. However, when you do get some good reading in, there seems to be some really good lessons, and I thought that was a really good one.
Yeah, that's cool. Busy person over there.
I guess so.
Cool. I liked it.
Anything to add?
Nope.
All right. So in the last part is distractions, right? So I've been reading, or haven't been reading. I've been listening to the Red Rising series. And I read the first 3 books 2 times over. But with reading the Bible every day, I haven't had as much time to do like fun reading at night. So I decided to listen to it. The level of distraction listening to an audiobook is absurd. It just fills a lot of your time.
It's just so convenient.
It's so convenient.
So then, like, it's just so easy for Shaun to be like, oh, well, I'm only meal prepping, so I'll just, like, put my one headphone in and listen to the book. Oh, I'm putting Lily down, so I'm just going to put my one headphone in, listen to the book. And, like, it's now at the point where, like, this morning, Shaun's making breakfast, and I keep, like, talking to him and asking him stuff, and every time, what'd you say? Are you talking to me? What? And I'm like, what are you doing that you can't hear me? And I'm like, ugh, that damn book.
You get in, dude. You get in, your brain goes in there. You just, like, transport to that world, and you're just locked in.
So it's honestly been, like, it's been, what, 3-4 weeks?
3 weeks.
And, like, I feel like I haven't had a conversation with Shaun.
Stop this shit, dude. Stop. Okay. We haven't had as many conversations. I'll give you that. But don't act like it's like I don't exist. You're too spoiled. Okay? I give you too much attention.
It's not even that. It's just the fact of, like, I lost my convenience of just telling you whenever I want, talking to you whenever I want.
Well, that is fair.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. Yeah. It's a distraction.
I don't think it really started to bother me until we went somewhere.
Ashland.
Was it to Ashland?
I don't know.
I think it was to Ashland, but I don't think it was this past time. I think it was the previous time.
I wasn't listening to it then.
Either way, we were going somewhere and Shaun was listening to it and I had headphones on. I could hear it was to Green Bay.
It was Green Bay.
I could hear the goddamn book through the headphones. Like, I can understand exactly what is happening in the story as I'm listening to my music. My music is as loud as it could go.
Okay.
And it drove me up a fucking wall.
If that bothered you, there's such an easy solution. I could have wore the headphones.
It's true.
Bro, why didn't you just ask? I had no idea.
I don't know, because I was just like, whatever.
She just wanted to be angry for no reason. God, we could have solved that.
Yeah. So anyways, it's annoying as shit.
Only 20 hours left. Then I'll be back. But let me tell you what I'm getting at with the distraction thing. Be very careful how much you clog your brain up with shit that does not allow you for free thinking. So last night, I put the book down. I didn't listen to it. I don't know if I listened to it last night at all.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Because you put Lily down, and then you went and sat on the couch with Mimi.
It had to have been right before we went to Ian's then. I wasn't listening to it.
Yeah.
So I'd like a hour-ish, 2 hours, section where like Lily was up in the kitchen cruising around, was feeding her some food. And then I was like picking up and cleaning up and stuff. I made a full sheet of paper of notes of shit that needs to get done. That like I didn't even know. I didn't even, it wasn't even in my fucking like bandwidth. Like when like it cuz like we said earlier in the podcast, we were out of the office 3 days last week.
Yeah.
So this was like a full page, ladies and gentlemen, of shit that I need to do by the end of the day, Monday. And I didn't even know it existed. Mm-hmm. I took the book out of my ear and I just let my brain do its thing while I cleaned up and like fed Lily and stuff. And I was able to put together a full list of everything I needed to do. Thankfully, Lily went down for a 2-hour nap, so I was able to get through half the list today.
2.5 hours. Almost 3, actually. Anyway.
So I had 2 hours of uninterrupted, like, me time. So I was able to get through half the list, and then I just got to get up tomorrow morning at 5 and bang out the other half. But the point I'm getting at is, how much are you filling your brain with distractions between scrolling on your phone, shit, even listening to music, listening to podcasts, books, having the TV on in the background? All of these things, they clog up your brain. And it's hard for you to free think.
Yeah. They say, like, we're going to be the least creative generation.
Yes.
Because we're unable to just not have stimuli.
We're unable to be bored.
Yeah. And it's like one thing we've heard with like kids is like it's not good for them to constantly have like noise in the background. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like conversations are different.
Conversations are good in the background, but not
like having music playing, podcast playing, TV playing, like, because then they're also constantly getting stimulated. So they say like that could be a cause of why a lot of kids have ADD and ADHD.
Yes.
Because their brain's so used to always getting stimulated. Mm-hmm. And then when they have to just like sit and learn, they're just not, they can't.
They can't do it. Well, and I've even noticed with my own attention span, like, honestly, since podcasts.
Yeah.
It might have been a little bit before that. I would say maybe like 20. I don't even know if it was bad.
I'd say since Reels. Since Reels came out, my attention span has gone way worse.
I would say podcasts like 20. My attention span, I used to waste some time on like memes and shit, but my attention span became fucked like 2019 with podcasts. Mm-hmm.
See, and I think Reels was worse for me than podcasts, mainly because like then sometimes it's hard for me to just sit and listen to a podcast because it's just the same thing.
Reels escalated for sure. Mm-hmm. For me, like I fill dead space with podcasts typically.
Yeah, and I fill dead space with music.
Yep, which both you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can listen to them for enjoyment or like for learning, but it shouldn't be like, oh, there's dead space, let's fill it.
Yeah, usually our mornings, especially once Lily's up, we don't have anything really playing until I start getting the bag packed. Then I'll put in like some like joyful music so then Lily and I can dance while we pack up the bag.
Which is fair. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. But like, so that's generally the only time like in the mornings that she has any type of anything in the background, which is cool.
That's good.
And I really do think it goes to show there's a difference because we watched a movie last night with her around. She watched it for what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, and then just ran.
And then she's like, peace out. This is boring.
Yeah.
So I think it goes to like, and I don't know, maybe it's her age yet. Maybe she's too young to like the TV, but I don't know though. I feel like
no, it's not too young. I've seen a lot of kids zonk at a TV.
yeah, especially at that age.
We even had Scooby-Doo on the other morning, and she's just like, cool.
It's like
away.
2 minutes. The only thing she cares about is having the remote and like making it do something.
Yeah, that's true. She likes that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it goes to show that because she's not used to that, she doesn't care for it.
Probably helps. Mm-hmm. And we don't watch any of the crazy shit that's super stimulating. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, like the bright, colorful stuff.
Yeah. Stay away from that.
Mm-hmm. Peaky Blinders, definitely not colorful.
Oh, new.
Yeah.
Gray.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it goes to show like how much like we're not used to just letting our brains think. That was something we've talked about before with like meditation and stuff. There's some people that have very active brains that say like instead of like meditation like just focusing on your breathing, like meditation can be just letting your brain think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's really cool actually, because if you designate a time to just like let your brain go,
mm-hmm.
it's easier then for you to like reel your brain in later on.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that with like reading, usually the first like 2 pages when I read something, I do not comprehend because my brain is just like mm-hmm. flowing in its world, and then it reels in. So I was thinking how like it'd be good to reread the last 2 pages every day.
Mm-hmm.
So that way like it.
Wait, the last 2 pages or the first 2 pages?
Like the last 2 pages from where I ended up the day before.
Oh, because then your brain will be primed by the time you get
to like new reading.
Part. Okay, yeah.
So.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, because it just like runs off and does its own thing,
mm-hmm.
and then like after like a couple pages, it comes back in.
Yeah.
And then I can actually read some. I don't know. But I guess if I just meditated or journaled or something, that would help get all that shit out too.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So, anyways, be careful with your distractions. Let your brain think. I'm gonna get back to thinking in 20 hours.
Thank God.
I'm not doing another audiobook for a while.
Yeah, I will be so thankful.
Whew. Not good. Don't do audios. Mm. If you're like me, don't do audiobooks.
Yeah.
I haven't even listened to podcasts in a couple weeks.
Dude, you're like off the trail.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what the fuck is going on, dude.
Dude, that's
I don't know what's going on in the world at all.
Yeah, because you haven't listened to Andy, you haven't listened to PBD, you haven't listened to anything.
Anything.
Not even Rogan?
Not
Theo?
No one. All I know is where fucking Darrow is, dude, and what he's doing. That's it, man.
And then I just have to live through one more book, which it's coming out TBD, so.
And it's going to be a long one.
Ugh.
1,000 pages.
How long are these other ones?
About 400 or 500.
That's it?
I don't know.
Are you on Lightbringer right now?
Yes.
Are we missing one?
I don't think so. Iron Gold's downstairs.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
So this is the longest one so far.
Oh, and this one is 670.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very long.
Oh yeah. Well, let me tell you, long book. Yeah. Wheel of Time.
Long series.
Fuck that, dude.
Dude, the best part is like how many people. So Shaun finished the first one, and it took you what? 3 months? 4 months?
Probably fucking half a year.
Yeah, it took a long time.
It's like 900 pages.
And Shaun's just like, should I read the other ones?
So because it's actually a good book.
Yeah. So then I looked it up, and there's 11 or 12 books in the series, and so many people said like, I wasted so much time reading this, and they're like, and then they said they all stopped at around book 7 or 8, and there's like, it just was trash at that point.
Well, some people said like book 8 was so terrible they quit reading. Then there was a lot of people who are like, when you're that deep,
yeah,
they're like, you only need to power through books 8 and 9, which combine is like 1,800 pages.
Yeah.
And they're like, you just have to get through 1,800 pages of horrendous and then keep going, and then it starts to get better again. And I was like,
but they don't say that it's worth it.
No, they just say then it gets better again. But no one was saying like, oh, this series is worth reading. No one.
Yeah. So like
I'm sure there's someone that says it, but like in the Reddit thread we were reading, people are like, fuck this, dude.
And that was a couple of years ago that we
like,
looked at them.
Don't waste your life. Think of how many years those people wasted reading those fucking books.
It was like the Throne of Glass series. I tell everyone, like you just have to power through. What's the yellow one say?
Yellow up there?
Yeah. Can you read it? Is it Kingdom of Ash?
It is.
No, Tower of Dawn.
No, it's Kingdom of Ash.
Kingdom of Ash? No, maybe it's not the yellow one. There's a couple of them. It's the second to last one. I was just like, you just have to power through 3/4 of it. I was like, because you're just having to learn about new characters in a new place. It's just like, just read through it. Like, it's worth it at the end, and you like it's necessary for the story. So a lot of people actually started tandem reading. I think it's book 5 and 6. So like you have like bookmarks, and it's like read chapters 1 through 4 of this book, and then read chapters 1 through 2 of this book. And they do that because it keeps you interested still.
Right.
But I'm just like, you got to just power through that one book, and then like the last book is so damn good, and it's like that is worth it.
All right. I remember during the Witcher series, there was something like that where it's like, oh, this is hard.
Right. It's just like, please. It's like if in Harry Potter, they like randomly put in like, it's not Fantastic Beasts. Like,
oh, right.
Right. Like in book 5, it's just like,
why did you do this?
Right. Like, it's just like, like I was already sold on everyone in the story. And then I have to like get reattached to new people.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what the books did for like The Witcher and The Thorn of Glass.
Yeah.
Okay, got anything else?
Nope, sorry. We got way off track. Distractions.
No. All right, gang, thanks for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one. We do only have a full week again this week, so hopefully we can get a podcast in for Friday.
Yeah, it depends how our Thursday goes, TBH.
No joke.
Yep.
Yeah, Monday through Wednesdays. Shut.
Yeah.
All right, gang, catch you on the next one.
See ya.